Good morning, students. Welcome to video lecture on Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning with Python. Subject code U18EC502A. Topic Python loops. Python loops. A loop is a statement allows us to execute a statement or group of statements. The following diagram illustrates a loop statement. When the condition is true, the loop gets executed for n number of times based on the iteration variable. When the condition is false, the control will come out of the loop. Loop type and description. The first one is while loop. The general syntax of while loop is while followed by some condition, colon, some sequence of statements are to be executed within the indented block of while loop. It is the iteration variable. When the condition is true, the sequence of statements gets executed within the while loop. That is, here repeats a statement or group of statements while a given condition is true. It tests the condition before executing the loop body. When the condition is true, the sequence of statements which are included in indented block of while loop gets executed. The next is for loop. The syntax of for loop is for IR index or variable. It is variable name. In you can use a range function or a list or a tuple or set or dictionary. Here the general syntax, here once again I will rewrite. For I in sequence, the sequence can be a range function, a list, tuple, set or dictionary. Based on the sequence provided, the sequence of statements gets executed within the indented block of for loop. That is, execute a sequence of statements multiple times and abbreviates the code that manages the loop variable. The loop variable is managed by the range function, list, tuple, set or dictionary. The next is a nested loop. Function within the function is, loop within the loop is nested loop. Based on the application, you can apply nested while loop or nested for loop. The control statements. The first one is the break statement. The break statement terminates a loop and transfer execution to the next statement immediately following the loop. When the break statement condition is false, the break statement gets executed and it will bring the control out of the loop. Continue statement. When the condition associated with the continue statement gets executed, the continue statement skips the current iteration and brings the control back to the next iteration and starts continue executing the loop. Pass statement. Pass statement in Python is used when a statement is required syntactically, but you do not want any command or code to execute. Now, break statement. Break statement can be used in both while and for loops. It brings the control out of the loop. When this particular break statement gets executed, it brings the control out of the loop. continue statement. It returns the control to the beginning of the loop. Means here it skips the current execution and brings the control back to the next iteration. When the continue statement gets executed, the loop skips the current execution and brings the control back to the next iteration. Sample example on break statement. Now, for letter in AIML ECE KITS-W, if letter equal to S or letter equal to E, break. Means here in this particular string, the if command checks whether the applied letter is S or E. After getting S or E letter, the break statement gets executed. Means the break statement brings the control out of the loop. Means it will print only AIML and it will not print E, because here the condition of break statement is satisfied and it will bring the control out of the loop. Now here the print command is not in the intended block. It will print the current letter E. Continue statement, same program with continue. If the letter E or letter S appear in the given string, the loop skips the current execution and brings the control back to the next iteration. Means here the given string is AML ECE KITS-W. It will not print the letters E and S because the control skips the execution. AIML CKITS-W. Now here E and S letters are skipped from the execution. Means continue statement skips the current execution. Python while loop. Just now we discussed the syntax of while loop. Now while condition colon, when we press enter and here the sequence of statements are to be executed which are included in the indented block of while loop. That is here these statements gets executed while this particular condition is true. These statements gets executed while the condition is false. The control will come out of the loop. Sample program on while loop. Sample program on while loop. Here some indentation is missing. The sequence of statement must follow proper indentation, otherwise it will show indentation error. One more sample program to demonstrate while loop. Here count equal to 0, count less than 3, count equal to count plus 1. Every time the count will be increased by 1. Here initially the count is 0 and it is less than 3. It will execute the print commands in the first iteration, and in the second iteration the count will be 1 and it is less than 3. It will execute the comments in the second iteration, and in the third iteration the count is increased by 1. The count now it is equal to 2 less than 3. Once again it will execute the statements, and when the condition is 3 less than 3, it is false. The control will come out of the loop. Means here this particular while loop prints the given statements in based on conditional statement. It prints the values. One more sample program to demonstrate while loop. Here some new line command is included. New line command is sample program combined with while and else. Here, while this particular condition is true, the sequence of statements gets executed. When the while loop condition is false, else statement gets executed. The difference between while or for and if is if statement executes only one time, while our for loop statements gets executed based on iteration variable. Now here uh, you're supposed to note that it is suggested not to use this type of loop command, because when count equal to 0, while count equal to 0, print hello or print geek. uh, it will problem for your computer. The condition always true. You have to forcefully terminate your computer. It will continuously print the same statement. To stop the execution, you have to uh, terminate your computer. You have to shut down your computer, and then you have to restart. For loop, the for loop is used with sequence type statements such as a list, tuple, set, arrange. You can use dictionary. You can use dictionary also. It does not require explicit verification of a conditional expression. All the statements are to be included within the indented block, otherwise it will show indentation error. The body of the loop is executed for each member element in the sequence. Now here for x in sequence, this particular iteration variable is resulting true value. It will execute the indented blocks of statements which are included in for loop. This particular x is not in this particular sequence. When it returns false value, the control will come out of the loop. Anyway, you can use break and continue statement with both the loops. You can use with for loop or with while loop. Sample exam to demonstrate for loop. Here some list is defined. Num equal 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 for I in nums. This particular I in nums. For the first attempt, the 10 will be assigned to I. For the second attempt, 10, 30, 40 and 50, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The loop will be executed for 5 times, and it will print the values, print the list elements. Here the elements are assigned to the variable I. for loop with tuple, same program, the only difference is the defined variable is tuple. You can print the tuple elements. Looping using string, you can print the string elements. Using range function, here n equal to 4 for I in range 0 comma n. N means here the function gets executed for n minus 1 times, n minus 1 variable. It will print the value. You can observe for n equal to 4, it will print the values up to 3. Looping iteration variable as set. Looping iteration variable as dictionary. Just go through the sample programs. Output of the first program, output of second program. Here percentages, percentage D is formatting styles. Python program to illustrate combining else with for define some list. For index in range, length of list means here the length of list is 3. So for index in range 3, it will print list of index. Otherwise, it will print welcome to KITS-W. Here it will print the list elements. After completion of printing the list elements, it will print the statements associated with else block. Nested loop. Loop within the loop is nested loop. This is the syntax of nested for loop. Nested for loop means here one more for loop is included within the nested block of first loop. And the sequence of statements gets executed based on the conditions applied in nested loops. Nested while loop syntax. Python to illustrate nested loops in Python. For I in range 1 to 5, for j in range I, print I end equal to print the elements in a single line. Simple print command, empty print command, it will bring the cursor to the next line. You will print the pattern with the help of the given program. Here by replacing, if I replace I with star, the output of the program will be like this. It will print the stars in the given pattern. Python program to illustrate nested loops with the help of end equal to statement. Now here in the previous program, the printed values are 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. Now here, if nothing is included in the quotation, it will print the values like this. Here some space is provided. The space will be included here and it will print the values as shown. Now here the space included with dollar symbol and hash symbol. So the dollar and hash symbols are included between the elements. The end equal to command will print the elements in a single line. Matrix definition with the help of numpy. Import numpy as np mat1 np dot array. Here you can write mat1 is equal to np dot array. You can create array with the help of numpy. You just use this particular brackets. Within the bracket you just include the list elements to define the matrix. I think you understand the concept of how to create list elements here. Starting ending brackets in between, you can create matrix with list or tuple. Now you want to create a matrix with tuple. You can replace these braces with square brackets with parentheses, so that you can create a matrix with tuple. Now here this particular print command will display the matrix, and the next print commands will display the row elements. Row, column. Here first row index 0 includes it is first row all column elements. Index 1 includes it is first row uh, row with index 1 with column elements. Uh, Row with index 2 with all column elements. You will get the first row elements, second row elements, third row elements. It is row with index 0, index 1 and index 2. Now here we can define nested for loop to access principal diagonal elements. Just now we discussed how to create a matrix with the help of numpy, and a simple print command to display principal diagonal elements, and end equal to means it will display the elements in a single line. For I in range, this is the condition for row elements, and this is the condition for column elements. For I in range and for j in range, it is a nested loop, and some condition is included. If I equal to j, print matrix ij, row element and column element for I, j, and if I equal to j means it will print the principal diagonal elements. Based on the condition, it will print the principal diagonal elements 1, 7, 13 and 18. And here simply you can replace the condition with some I plus j. If this particular if condition is replaced with I plus j is equal to n minus 1, it will print the secondary diagonal elements. You can check with this particular statement whether you are getting the secondary diagonal elements or not. Thank you. We will meet with the next lecture.